Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Phizcast. I'm your host, Physic, and to start this, I would like, because for 3 episodes now, I have forgotten to thank fandom for sending in the very first piece of fan art on this channel. It's adorable. I love it so much. It made me feel so good, so indescribably good when you sent me that message. I appreciate it. It's now the channel icon, the channel watermark in the bottom right of the videos and stuff, and it's super cool and adorable, and it makes me happy, and I will be sure to put it on screen for this episode, because it's definitely going to be this image up, because I love it. Yes, thank you very much. I cannot get over that, and I'm sorry I've left you out of it for a while. Anyway, yes. How's your day going? I must say, I'm still on the not greatest of days because I recorded this back-to-back with the last episode, because I feel like I haven't done enough recording recently, and now is a good time because I've got a couple ideas, and I still have yet to make a document or a list of things that I want to talk about. I absolutely should. Sticky notes are a wonderful invention. Did you know that sticky notes were accidental? The guy that invented sticky notes was trying to create an adhesive that would last forever, and instead created a temporary adhesive that would fade when you know, stuff like that. It wasn't a permanent thing, but it was peelable and very cool. Yes, but it was an accident. Anyway, about recording this back-to-back, you would never know that unless I told you just now. And that is kind of where I want to take this. It's an interesting mix between relativism and perspective and, the scale of things. The absolutely massive scale of things and of this world and of lives in general. And not gonna go into anything existential, I don't believe. But should we go there, I apologize in advance. Anyway, yes. You wouldn't know that unless I told you, because I am behind a screen. I'm living a completely different life, one entirely unbeknownst to everyone right now, because I'm alone in this room. And only when this episode goes up will anyone ever know what I've said in here. No one knows that I'm recording right now because I haven't told anyone. No one knows that I'm, doing anything. No one knows where I am or what's happening. Very few people know where I am, but you get the idea. If I didn't tell you, you would never know. And that is an interesting thing to me. I'm living an entirely separate life than 7.8 billion people, give or take. And it's astonishing. I'll tell you what. I was driving down the highway about a week and a half ago. I want to say a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, something like that. I do know that it was a Friday. But I was driving down the highway, and I saw a ton of cars. I saw all of the headlights going all the way down the driveway, spanning all the way down the highway. I saw the headlights going in one direction, and I looked the other direction, and I saw all the taillights. And I looked in front of me. I was on a bridge, so there were cars in all directions pretty much. Anyway, I looked in front of me and saw all those people, and I looked in the window of a car, and I saw a parent and a child. Parent driving, child and shotgun, talking about something which I am not aware, something which I don't know and never will. Something which I can think about and question until the end of my days, but I will never in my life know what they were talking about then. And then I realized, every single person on this road lives a different life than I do, and lives a different life than every single other person on this road. While the base of it may be the same, get up, some of them work a 9 to 5, some of them work from home or online, some of them don't work at all and are taking care of their kids or taking care of their parents, taking care of themselves, a spouse maybe, a grandparent, a student from school, an adoptive student, adoptive kid or anything, It's amazing that there's endless possibilities and an endless combination of things, of steps that could lead up to a person driving down the highway at 8:30 at night on a Friday. And my combination was entirely different. I wouldn't be able to know or ever comprehend the story of 95% of those people all at once because I just couldn't. Everyone's living different lives. And it's amazing to think about. It's just absolutely amazing that every single person has a different course charted. I mean, different plans. Everything's things on the base can be the same. Say you and a friend both want to go to art school. You both want to go to art school, and in this scenario, you both succeed in getting into the school that you'd like. But say those schools were different schools. You're still going to art school, but you're going to different art schools. You may be in the same classes, but you have different teachers, drawing different pictures with different prompts, with different levels of strictness, making different friends who have different talents and different perspectives, different pieces of advice for you if you go through any struggles. And although you both made it to art school, you're both going through an art program, you both have teachers, and you both have friends, every single detail in there is different. It's quite amazing, actually. It's quite amazing. It's amazing that in all of that, it can get lost in feeling small, in feeling insignificant, in feeling like, being useless, or like every decision that you make only affects you or a very select group of people around you. I've been in that boat before, and I've been in the fact that, like, I believe the term is existential nihilism, where, everything you think you do is small. I did say we're not going to get into that, and we're not. I'm just going to bring up the idea where everything you do is useless in the grand scheme of things. That, of course, implies that everything you do is only due to the grand scheme of things, which it's not. Everything you do is related to you, is relative to your friends or your family or you or, dog, pet, online friend, game, project. It does not matter what it is. Everything you do is driven with a purpose. And while in the grand scheme of things, while 100,000 years from now, someone may not remember your name, you, in this moment, remember what you do. You know what you want to do. And if you show others, they'll remember what you did because they're seeing it. In the grand scheme of things, things are small. They are a blip in the long reality of whatever happens. However, the story is not about you. The story is not about me. The story is not about any one person in particular. It is about everything that has ever happened and ever will. In the grand scheme of things, you do matter. Because what you've done has impacted someone, whether you think so or not. I mean, Edgar Allan Poe, he was a poet. He was a very strange person, I will say that. But he didn't become popular until after he died. He didn't know the effect that he had in the grand scheme of things. Because everything he did for himself. He did for a very select few group of people, himself included. And that included, pursuing poetry. That poetry it blew up after he was gone. He didn't do it to benefit from the grand scheme of things. He didn't do it to fulfill some 1,000-year plan. He just did it to do it. I'm sure there were other motivations, but you do get the idea. Anyway, yeah. Here to let you know, I guess. Everything you do matters. Everything you do doesn't have to be justified to anyone. You don't have to prove anything. You just need to do what you believe you need to do. And what's going to happen from it is whatever you think is going to happen. There's a million different possibilities. And any single one of them could happen. But just do what you can to make what you want happen, what you want to come true. And it may work for you. There's no harm in trying. All right, well, 9.5 minutes. And I feel like I accidentally wrapped it up. But you know what? My outros usually take around 30 seconds anyway. All right. I've not done back-to-back recording in a very long time. But I hope maybe I've opened your eyes, given a new perspective, a new idea. I sort of wanted to talk about relativism, and I ended up talking about not relativism, but that'll be a subject for another day, I guess. Alright, well, continue doing what you're doing. I know you took time out of your day to listen to me ramble, but I appreciate it, and I continue to appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, recommend it to someone else, because maybe they'll like it too. Thank you very much for tuning into this episode of the Phizcast. I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.